like do
Yeah,
you
we
want
can
to
talk
add
about this game. Like,
yeah, do you want to add any kind of not restrictions, but some kind of rules? Because honestly, right, my suggestion is to go for Sacred Path, and that's why
I
you have
think
to.
I think the game should be. We have two faith visible on the screen here. I
Mhm.
think the game should be that you have to play. You have to play and get Sacred Path. You have like three restarts in case you don't get it. Because with two faith rate, because on turn two you're going to be able to settle. You're going to have two faith per turn. I have a feeling that should be enough to get Sacred Path. So I think three restarts, if needed, we'll call that fair to get Sacred Path, right?
You think that one faith per turn is not enough to get Sacred Path?
I think that it's worth
It's a
working.
gamble.
Yeah, this is like Russia. Do you need all of the faith to get Dance of the Aurora when you settle? Not always.
Hmm.
But if you don't get Dance of the Aurora, aren't you going to feel stupid that you didn't work a plus faith tile?
Yeah,
Um, like
yeah.
and like this, like I am all for if you have like five faith per turn, there's no need to work then an empty luxury faith tile.
Uh-huh.
But if you have one faith per turn and you're not going to work another faith per turn tile because it doesn't have production on it, that's a big gamble for one of the top AI pick pantheons. Um,
So what would you settle here? Are you
I'm settling on
settling
I'm
non-fresh?
settling on that first tobacco. I
Okay, and that
might
would.
even settle on the off freshwater tobacco just so I get production. I mean,
Yeah, because I was looking at it, because if you start working that 2-1 faith tile,
yeah,
the tobacco one,
that's
I
pretty
mean, what
weak. Yeah, that's not a good
it's
tile.
it's a tough start.
But
I
you got
mean,
to look at this like you got to look at this like a Molly game because realize
right,
if you
slow
get
start.
Sacred Path right to your top
Hmm.
left of uh that one tobacco tile, that's a plus six holy site. Like like
Yeah.
that's a plus six holy site with like you've done nothing. So if you look at this in a regular civilization, yeah, it's sort of a rough go to work a 2-1 without production tile. But when you look at every single holy site and every single holy site's gonna get two adjacency from rainforest now. It's an easier pill to swallow, in my opinion. It's easier to just picture instead of thinking you're playing Brazil, think you're playing Russia, think you're playing Mali, and you just got to accept your start is going to be a little slow.
Got it.
I
Yeah,
mean,
I
I
mean,
mean, you do you. Like this has like you have what five two tile. You have one, two, three, four, five. Yeah, you have five two tiles in like in the visible radius. You have a 2-1-3 tile. So yeah, it sucks to work a two one tile with no production. But but
yeah,
if this was Mali, would you
yeah,
not settle by the desert even though you had stronger tiles here? Like, and
yeah.
that's sort of the way that you have to look at Brazil. Brazil is if you're going to go Sacred Path is a high adjacency pantheon civilization. They have the best they have the best possibility, our highest possible adjacency. Because if you think about it, if you get six rainforest tiles in the circle and you put a holy site in the middle, that's plus 12 before you put holy or before you get the scripture card in. So, I
Wait, wait,
mean,
wait, wait, wait. Why is it plus? Oh, if you're surrounded by six, yeah,
yeah, if it's
that's gonna be
surrounded by
hard.
six, because you get the natural plus
Yeah,
one for
yeah, it's
Brazil,
hard to
you
find
get the
out.
plus one for Sacred Path. Yeah, like the possibility of finding that's really low, but it
And
happens.
I mean, like in this case, right? Like you have, yeah, three rainforests, right? Like
Yeah,
that's about what you
right
get.
now, like right here, I see you have a plus six holy site. You have two plus five holy sites visible on screen right now with Sacred Path. I
Hmm.
mean, so if you settle your cities all, like if you just cluster your cities right here, you have uh 16 faith per turn. If you get three cities, three holy sites, just on, and that's not including the tile yields, and that's
Yeah,
not adding scripture or anything else. So I mean, it's pretty good. Like this
pretty
isn't like
diesel.
what?
That's pretty diesel. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. That's the plan then.
Yeah, but no, I think for restrictions on this game, I think no chopping of rainforest.
Correct.
Absolutely, like under no situation can you chop the rainforest. The only caveat I would say is spaceport at the end of the game. You can't chop it for lasers, but say you wind up just the only tile that you have is a rainforest tile. I think in that scenario, yeah, go ahead and chop it.
Whoa, wait. You're saying you can't even place a district on the rainforest?
I say no chopping of rainforest.
But no chopping means like literally using the builder to chop it.
I say no chopping of rainforest, meaning you can't put a district on it. Uh,
What?
the only exception would be wonders, because you have to build Chichen Itza. We both agreed on that. There has to
Correct.
be a Chichen Itza built. But you cannot put districts. You can put cities on rainforest. I'll do that, but you can't put districts on rainforest. So you have to treat this sort of like a backwards coupe game.
Yeah. Yeah, that plays into your adjacency district adjacency video where like, I don't care about adjacency. Let's just place a district.
Yeah,
Here it's just another kink
yeah.
in that.
But it makes sense because if you like here's my problem with Brazil and Sacred Path is it's almost too strong. Like right here, I have a +6 holy site, but none of the weaknesses of Dance of the Aurora and desert folklore. Any other civilization with Sacred Path, I don't even think it's worth it. But Brazil, it's so incredibly strong that it's like even compared to like Mali or Russia, you're getting a huge bonus with none of the weaknesses because rainforest tiles are generally good.
Hmm. Hmm.
You know, now I know I'm anti-Sacred Path, but like I said, I don't think it delivers without if it's not +2 +1, that's a +3 holy site. That's nothing. Like that's you can make +3 holy sites quick. You know,
What about Brazil itself? With its abilities, is there any tips, any
get the
thoughts?
Oracle. Get
Hmm.
like get the Oracle because you're gonna get 20% or you get 20% refunded on your great people. Um, or for yeah, 20% of the cost to get the great people refunded. So when you're buying that $1,000 great or 1,000 faith great engineer, you're getting 200 faith worth of great person points applied to your next one. So
Hmm.
it's like it's so broken. Like Brazil is great. The that's sort of my big thing is one, you're gonna get super high adjacency. Two, get the Oracle. Three, if you don't get Sacred Path or the Oracle, be upset and restart. Like because that's sort of the thing. Like Brazil is one of those civilizations where if you're just playing a Brazil game, yeah, that's fun. But like you almost want to play the broken Brazil where you get Sacred Path, you get the Oracle, and you get something like 100 great people in the game. Because like this is one of those civilizations that I think has the huge fun factor to it.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
absolutely. Well, I'm excited to play this game. Hmm, the victory path or the
Yes.
victory condition, are we going with science?
Yeah, we're gonna go science. I mean, if Monopoly mode is active, you have to go
Uh-huh.
science or domination, and I don't want to do a dom like I do domination games, but I don't want to do a shared domination game where we're like comparing because I feel like domination is like it just takes so long and you forget so much of what happened because the turns just turn into mush. So I
Yeah.
think it's either science or diplomacy or faith, and I don't want to do a faith or diplomacy game ever again.
Okay, sounds good. So, like, with your path to science, what are your like thoughts like immediately? Are you looking to conquer some civs if they're around? Like, what is your general approach?
I like with
Because you gotta get as many cities as you can,
you
right?
want to get as many rainforest cities as you can, but this is going to be a scenario where I think you will be able to get ridiculous high science super early, so it will be tempting to conquer everyone. But this is really a situation where if you're conquering cities that aren't going to have like +4, +5 campuses, you're putting yourself behind because you're going to need a ton of amenities. Um, because I I have really backed off of the like complete world domination science game until like the very end because the +20% uh for aesthetic cities is like so beneficial. And with getting as high value districts, because there's a +3 campus here on top of a +6 holy site. There's a like there's good districts here, so you're really going to be weakening your cities if you go to war. Now, if somebody's in the middle of a rainforest, oh, you're taking those cities. It's I, I have really backed away from the war just for the sake of war, and with the amount of faith that you have here, I'm honestly thinking that I'm gonna go ancestral hall over warlord's throne because I'm gonna be settling early, and I'll be using the free builder to sort of transition into a being able to have more faith for buying great people, if that makes sense.
It does. Totally does. I
Yeah.
mean, I hope we have Vietnam in this game.
Why would you hope we have Vietnam? Oh, because of the rainforest?
A little bit of a challenge.
Okay. Yeah, no, I mean,
Not for you, evidently, but
I don't see where Vietnam would even be an issue, but okay.
because they have defensive bonuses and they usually spawn in the rainforest
I
area.
could see that. I guess if you were surrounded by Vietnam, Inca, that would be difficult. But honestly, yeah, I'm gonna probably play pretty peaceful most of this game. Like not going to try and conquer anyone unless I have amenities. And I mean, they do like Brazil does have the unique entertainment complex and water park, which I think it's good. And the city project that comes with it is is interesting. I might spam that city project just to see how many great people I can get because it just gives a random assortment of great people like in like every category. So like the Brazil city project for their entertainment complex. So I always sort of wanted to do a game where I just settled as many cities as I could and just eventually got a culture victory, but only ran that project.
Yeah, that sounds interesting. I never played Brazil before, so this is going to be interesting for
Yeah.
me.
No, unlike the other civs that have like an adjacency that's directly tied to them, I think Brazil has the best because their tiles are like look at this. You're surrounded by two tiles are better for the most part. And yeah, you have no negative but a huge positive. So yeah, I think that um
All
yeah,
right. Well, I mean, at this point, Soger, I mean, we can just stop,
all right.
discussing the game, and this could be like an intro, to the Brazil's game.
Yeah.
maybe,
Yeah,
and then we can even end the call and like start playing. You know what I mean? Like I
you
want to
won.
settle where you settle. You're settling on that in the woods, right?
I'm
Is that
settling
what
on
you
the two
decided?
one one. I'm gonna settle on the 2-1-1. I as much as I want to settle on the 2-1, it's uh,
You
I
need to
need
get the rainforest.
yeah I need better than that to settle on off fresh water, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
if it was a better tile or something, like if I was settling to better, but you're actually moving away from the better settling there. Um, but yeah, it's got heroes mode too. So remember, you're gonna want to try and get Hercules.
Mm.
What?
Yeah, there are a lot of things to consider here.
This would be a situation though. Brazil would definitely be a situation where I would go if the opportunity presented itself. I would go Hamiko first because you're going to have you're going to have decent production in a lot of cities. Like if you just look right now, you have decent chops, right? Like there's decent chops everywhere. You're gonna be able to get your second hero pretty easily. If I got like access to a second city early, I might do Hamiko in my second city and do Hercules in my capital after I get the very quick Hamiko, if that makes sense.
I mean, how do you even, if you have to focus on faith, that means everything else suffers. So
Yep.
production for your first settler is going to be slower.
Yep.
So it's like,
But you have to remember, you're going to sell your first luxury for double digit gold per turn. It's like your first
uh,
luxury is about 3/4 the value of a relic.
yeah, but what I find is they don't have enough gold at that
You
point
don't
to
have to sell it right
exchange.
away though. You can wait until they get more gold. You can wait till they have 150
Hmm.
gold, trade them the luxury, take all their bulk gold and their gold per turn.
Hmm.
Like
Okay.
yeah, you're like you can sell it to them on turn like if you meet someone on turn 5, you can sell it to them, or you can just pocket that luxury because they're going to pay uh figure that they're going to pay about 18 gold per turn value for a luxury. And so whenever you see somebody has gold, just trade to them. And then it
Yeah.
like so you if you hold on to the luxury, you're fine.
What is your first couple of builds then?
Oh, I'm probably going to do single scout. You want to get your monument as fast as possible with heroes mode because if you get
Hmm.
lucky and you find a Hercules or a Hamiko, you're going to want to get them out as soon as possible. I probably once I start playing, this might change because it's always different once you start playing.
Sure.
But if I find Hamiko early, I'd probably go Hamiko first, just because I have, like, looking at this capital, you have great production. If I get access to a city or a second city, I will definitely do Hamiko in the second city, Hercules second. Um, but let's say turn 2. I find Hercules, it's going to be really hard to not just crank him out right away in the capital and just say, forget that, get that +6 holy site right away. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm. But
Oh,
plus six
shoot,
holy
you
site.
can't do that +6 holy site
Why not?
because you can't chop rainforest. So that's the only Apadana tile.
Hmm.
I mean, because you
But
can
you said you can place wonders wherever you want.
on the rainforest tile, not remove the rainforest tile. That is an important distinction.
Oh, you're saying the only wonder you can build is a freaking Chichen Itza
Yeah, you
without.
can build other wonders, but if you're building it on a rainforest tile, it has to be Chichen Itza. I just couldn't remember off the top of my head if anything else had a rainforest
Yeah, I
requirement.
don't remember either. Oh, that's not what I thought. I thought any wonder. What the fuck? Dude, this
No,
is going to make it so much more difficult for me. You know what? You know what? You keep those rules to yourself.
Oh,
and
fuck you.
I no, no, no.
Oh, is this one of those situations? Here, you have all the rules. Kaine plays Wild West and does whatever he wants. Is that
Well,
what this
because
is?
it doesn't help me anyway. So what do you care?
Well, it might. No, that's
Yeah.
fine. No, I think you should try. I think you should not chop rainforest, um, but only putting wonders on it. I don't. I think that I don't think you should put districts on rainforest. I think you should keep that unless you think that's too hard.
It's not hard, but I guess I guess there isn't rainforest everywhere, right? Like
Yeah,
you
no,
get a
it's not
couple of
like
cities,
desert or anything like
and I
that.
mean, I mean, I don't see rainforest to the west, for example. There are woods there, so I
Yeah,
don't know how much rainforest you're gonna get with this map. You know, that's another.
yeah, and that's
Um,
what I mean. I think I don't I think in this immediate area
yeah,
it sort of sucks, and that's why I did put the caveat of being able to chop rainforest for a spaceport. Just because that marsh tile could have oil. Those hill tiles could all have iron or coal. Like there's that
yeah.
empty grassland could be horses. So in that scenario, I think that just to make it possible, you can chop it for a spaceport. Outside of that, I think you play like reverse coupe where you can't remove features.
Um, how do you chop? How do you build a banana in your capital here? Like you have no chops.
You have a stone tile. You have a
So,
third.
sure.
You have a third ring woods tile to the left there.
Uh-huh.
Here, let me
Uh-huh.
move up to where I'm going to settle.
Yeah.
Um, I'll just. Okay. Yep. You
Oh,
just
there
gave
is
me.
more rainforest up there.
Yeah. There's. Oh wow, this is a great start. That's another plus
Oh,
six holy site up there.
and there's rainforest to the south too, if you move the
Okay, so
warrior.
yeah, there's a stone tile to your right. There's a stone tile. You have three full production chops. That's enough for Apadana. Plus, here's my suggestion. Here, are you like if you get your holy sites down, you're gonna have a lot of faith. Don't save your faith for classical era purchases. Buy your great profit as soon as you have the faith to buy it, because that work ethic is gonna be insane.
Yeah. Yeah.
You get what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
Oh,
So
absolutely. Whenever I play a game where the work ethic is part of it, I try to get to religion
yeah.
sooner than
So
later.
I would almost say my first builds are going to be it's going to be really dependent, but it's going to be something like Scout. It's definitely the first two are going to be Scout Monument. I don't see a world in which that isn't my start. You know what I'm saying? Um, but
You know
my
what? Let's do this. Let's do this
what?
right now. Um, Share your screen, but with me. You don't have to stream,
All right.
and just play the game. Can you do that?
Well, I just passed two turns though.
What do you mean?
I didn't move my warrior or anything. I just moved my settler and moved up.
Oh, so you moved your settler further?
Yeah, I moved my yeah.
So restart it. I mean, start it over.
So what you want? So now you want to, if I'm not mistaken, you want to.
I want to see. I want to watch you play, man. I want to watch you play, and then I want to get the save at the end of our recording, and then I'll
How
play it out.
far do you want me to play?
Well, timing, it's because we only have I only have like an hour, I guess. So you probably get through, I don't know, 20 turns, if that,
Well,
maybe more.
like am I playing like so we're doing like a live stream, but not a live stream. So are you gonna ask questions?
I'm not gonna bother you too much, but if I see something, I'll ask you.
This is insanity.
Why? Why don't you? What, all right, fine.
No, no, no. We're doing this.
Well, why are you saying it's insanity?
Hold
Like
on.
you feel like, I mean, maybe because I'm just throwing it out there. If you think it's a poor suggestion, let me know, dude. Like,
I don't
we're
think it's
not
a
gonna.
poor suggestion. All right, here. I'm loading in right now.